What do you think of when you hear the words, the 1%? Giant yachts, mansions with 100 rooms, cars that cost more than a house? For most people, that's the image. We see the money. We see the stuff, but we are missing the real prize. The true secret of the 1% isn't the pile of cash, it's not the gold watches, it's not the fancy clothes. The real secret is something you can't buy, but you can earn. It's the power of choice. It is absolute freedom. It is the ability to wake up every single morning and decide exactly how you will spend your day, who you will spend it with, what you will create in this world. Think about it for a second. True wealth is not about having enough money to stop working. It's about having enough resources to do the work you love on your own terms. It's the freedom to say no to things that drain your energy and yes to things that ignite your soul. It's the power to spend unlimited time with your family. It's the ability to make a massive difference in the lives of others without worrying about a paycheck. This is the ultimate goal. The money is just the tool. It's the fuel for the engine, but freedom is the destination. The 1% understood this fundamental truth and built their lives around it. They didn't chase money, they chased a life of their own design. So, how do they achieve this? It's not through luck, it's not by winning the lottery, it's not some magic secret they keep locked away. It is a strategy, it is a mindset, it is a series of decisions and actions that anyone, including you, can learn to make. It begins with a fundamental shift in how you see the world. You must stop trading your time for money. The truly wealthy build systems that make money for them even when they are asleep. They build assets that work for them so they don't have to. This is the path to real financial freedom, and it is open to you right now. Forget everything you've been told about getting rich. Forget the slow, safe path of climbing the corporate ladder for 40 years. That world is disappearing. The new path is about becoming a creator, an owner, and an architect of your own life. In this video, we will break down the 5 core strategies that the 1% use to build this incredible freedom. These are not complex financial tricks. They are simple, powerful principles. They are the keys to unlocking a life of unlimited potential. Are you ready to learn them? Are you ready to change your life? Your journey to true wealth and freedom starts now with the very next word you read. The first and most important key is to build scalable income. What does that mean? It means you create a system that can grow bigger and bigger without needing more of your personal time and effort. Think about a hairdresser. She can only cut so much hair in one day. Her income is tied directly to her hours. If she stops cutting hair, the money stops. This is trading time for money. Now think about the person who creates a popular shampoo. They create the formula once. Then they can sell millions of bottles all over the world 24 hours a day. That is scalable income. The work is disconnected from the time. To build a life of freedom, you must break the link between your time and your income. You have a limited number of hours in the day. If your earnings depend on you being physically present, your potential is capped forever. You will always have a ceiling on how much you can earn and how much you can live. The 1% understand this. They don't sell their time. They build businesses, they create products, they develop intellectual property that generates revenue around the clock. Their goal is to build a machine that prints money, and then they work to improve the machine, not to be a cog inside of it. This is the ultimate mindset shift you must make. So how can you, as a new entrepreneur, start doing this? Start small. Think about what you know. What problem can you solve? Can you create a digital product like an ebook or an online course that teaches people a skill you have? You create it once and you can sell it 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times. Can you start a simple e-commerce store that sells a unique product? You can use systems to handle the orders and shipping so you are not packing boxes in your garage forever. The key is to think, how can I build this so it doesn't need me to run every single part of it? Your first step is to identify a need. Look for problems people are willing to pay to solve. Then brainstorm ways to solve that problem in a way that can be replicated easily. Don't try to build a giant corporation overnight. Start with one small, scalable idea. Maybe it's a simple guide you sell for $10. Maybe it's a subscription service for a niche community. The product itself is less important than the model behind it. Is it scalable? Can it grow without you? If the answer is yes, you have found your first foothold on the path to financial freedom. Start building that system today. The second key is a concept that the wealthy have mastered: leverage. Leverage is the power to use something you don't own to achieve your goals. Most people think they have to do everything themselves. They believe they need their own money, their own time, their own skills. The 1% think differently. They ask, whose resources can I use? Leverage lets you get massive results with a fraction of the personal effort. It's like a long lever lifting a heavy rock. With the right tool, you can move mountains. Without it, you can't even move a stone. There are many forms of leverage. Other people's money. Why use your own savings to buy an investment property when a bank will lend you 80% of the cost? You control a large asset with a small amount of your own capital. Another powerful form of leverage is other people's time. When you hire an employee or freelancer, you are using their time to grow your business. You are leveraging their hours so you can focus on the most important tasks like strategy and growth. You are no longer limited by the 24 hours in your own day. You are multiplying your time. As a new entrepreneur, you might think you can't afford to use leverage, but this is limited thinking. Let me show you how to start small and think bigger. Start small. You can leverage other people's skills. Can't build a website? Hire a freelancer on a platform like Upwork or Fiverr for a small project. You are leveraging their expertise. You can also leverage other people's platforms. Don't have an audience? Guest post on a popular blog, be a guest on a podcast. You are leveraging their audience to build your own. The key is to change your mindset from I have to do it all to how can this get done? Stop seeing your limitations. Start seeing the resources all around you. Ask yourself this powerful question every day. What is the one thing I can do today that, if I used leverage, would have the biggest impact on my business? Start thinking like the 1%. Don't just work harder. Work smarter. Use the power of leverage to amplify your efforts and accelerate your journey to freedom. The third key is perhaps the most direct path to serious wealth: equity and ownership. Think about the difference between a highly paid manager at a tech company and the founder of that same company. The manager might earn a great salary, maybe even hundreds of thousands a year. He is living comfortably. But the founder owns a piece of the company. She owns equity. If the company is sold for $1 billion, the manager gets his final paycheck. The founder, owning 20%, gets $200 million. That is the life-changing power of ownership. Working for a salary is playing the game. Owning the asset that generates the value is owning the game. The 1% almost never get wealthy from a paycheck alone. Their wealth comes from owning things that increase in value. They own businesses, they own real estate, they own stocks, they own intellectual property. These are assets. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. The rich focus their lives on acquiring assets. The poor and middle class focus on liabilities they think are assets, like fancy cars and expensive gadgets. As an aspiring entrepreneur, your goal is to build and acquire equity. Start your own business. You create equity from thin air. You own 100% of it. Every bit of value you create belongs to you. This is powerful. Don't be afraid to start a small business or side hustle. That little business is an asset. A piece of equity you own. It can grow and become incredibly valuable. This beats a small raise at your job. You are building your wealth, not someone else's. Shift your focus from earning to owning. What do you own that generates income? If nothing, change that. Start a tiny business that makes $100 a month. That $100 proves you can create an asset, or start investing small. Buy one share of a good company. You own a tiny piece of that business. Amount doesn't matter at first. Mindset matters. Start owning. Stop just earning. That is how you win the game. The fourth key is understanding the difference between risk and gambling. A lot of people think entrepreneurs are huge risk takers. They picture them betting everything on one crazy idea. That's a myth. The top 1% are not gamblers, they're masters of calculated risk. A gambler goes to Las Vegas and puts all their money on red. They're just hoping for the best, no control. A calculated risk taker does their homework. They study the odds and prepare. They seek situations where reward far outweighs loss. Basically, they play games they can win. This is called asymmetric risk. Look for opportunities with small, manageable downside but huge upside. Example: start an online business for a few $100s and spare months. That's your downside. If it fails, you lose a little money and time. What's the upside? The business could become a massive success, generating millions of dollars. It could give you complete freedom. The reward dwarfs the small risk. The wealthy make these bets repeatedly. How can you apply this? Always protect your downside. Ask, what is the absolute worst that could happen? If it's something you can live with, losing $500 or just feeling a bit embarrassed, it might be a good risk. But if the worst is losing your home or massive debt, the risk is too high. Don't bet the farm, bet the seeds. The fifth and final key is the foundation upon which all the others are built: Financial intelligence. You can have a great idea, you can have access to leverage, and you can even have ownership. But if you don't know what to do with them, you will lose. Your mind is your single greatest asset. The top 1% are not necessarily smarter than everyone else, but they're absolutely committed to lifelong learning about money, business, and psychology. They understand that what you earn is a direct reflection of what you learn. Your income will rarely outgrow your personal development. Financial intelligence isn't about complex math or stock market jargon. It's really about understanding the simple rules of the money game. It's knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. It's understanding how to read a simple profit and loss statement for your small business. It's learning how to negotiate. It's learning how to sell. It's learning how to lead people. These are not skills you are born with. They are skills you learn. The most successful people in the world are voracious readers. They attend seminars. They hire coaches. They invest in themselves constantly. As a new entrepreneur, you must become an obsessive learner. You don't need a formal MBA from a fancy university. You honestly have the greatest university in the world at your fingertips, the internet. You can learn almost anything for free on YouTube. You can listen to podcasts while you drive. You can listen to podcasts while you exercise. You can read books that contain decades of wisdom for the price of a few coffees. There are no excuses. Your education is your responsibility. Commit to spending at least 30 minutes every single day learning something new about business or money. Your first step is simple. Pick one area you need to improve. Are you afraid of selling? Find a book on sales. Don't understand marketing? Watch a free online course about it. Don't know how to manage your money? Download a budgeting app. Read a blog about personal finance. Don't try to learn everything at once. Pick one thing and go deep. The knowledge you gain will give you the confidence to take action. Investing in your financial education is not an expense. It is the single best investment you will ever make. It is the one investment that no one can ever take away from you. Beyond the core strategies, there's a powerful force multiplier. Their network. There is a saying, your network is your net worth. The people you surround yourself with impact your mindset, your opportunities, and your ultimate success. If you spend your time with people who complain, who have no ambition, who believe that wealth is evil or impossible, their mindset will seep into you. It will hold you back. It will keep you small. You will become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The wealthy cultivate networks of people who are smarter, more successful, more ambitious. They seek mentors who have already achieved what they want. They join masterminds and groups to share ideas and challenges. A single conversation with the right person can shortcut years of struggle. A single introduction can open a locked door. They don't network to take, they network to give, knowing that value always flows back to them. For a new entrepreneur, this might sound intimidating. You might think, I don't know any successful people. You don't have to. Change the input you receive. Start following successful entrepreneurs on social media. Listen to their podcasts. Read their books. Immerse yourself in their way of thinking. Start looking for local business meetups or join online communities in your niche. Go to these events not to sell but to listen, learn, and find 1 or 2 people you can connect with genuinely. Your mission is to find your tribe. Look for people who are on the same journey as you, even if they are just a few steps ahead. Find people who inspire you, who lift you up, not those who drag you down. Make a conscious decision today to spend less time with negative influences and more time with positive ones. Reach out to one person you admire and ask them one specific question. Don't ask to pick their brain. Ask for specific advice. Build relationships slowly by providing value first. Your network is a living asset. Water it every day. Underlying all these strategies is one profound, life-altering shift in identity. It is the move from being a consumer to being a creator. Most of the world is trained from birth to be consumers. We're taught to go to school, get a job, earn a paycheck, and then spend that paycheck on products and services that other people create. We buy the iPhone. We don't build the company that sells it. We watch the movies. We don't own the studio that produces them. We pay for the subscription. We don't own the platform. The consumer life is about spending money. The creator life is about building value. The top 1% are fundamentally creators. They look at the world and see problems to solve, needs to fill, and value to create. When a consumer sees a popular new product, they think, I want to buy that. When a creator sees a popular new product, they think, how did they build that? What is the business model? How could I create something that serves a similar need? This is a completely different way of seeing the world. It is the difference between being a passenger in the economy and being a driver. Creators are the ones who build the assets that consumers spend their money on. How do you make this shift? It starts with your daily habits. Begin to question everything you consume. When you watch an ad on YouTube, don't just skip it. Ask yourself, who are they targeting with this ad? What emotion are they trying to trigger? When you use your favorite app, think, how does this app make money? Ads, subscriptions, or data? By deconstructing the world around you, you begin to understand the mechanics of value creation. You start to see the matrix. This is the first step to building something of your own. Your call to action is to create something, anything, this week. It doesn't have to be a business. Write a one-page article about something you're passionate about and post it online. Record a 2-minute video sharing a helpful tip and upload it to YouTube. Create a simple graphic with an inspiring quote. The act of creating, of putting something new into the world that wasn't there before, will begin to rewire your brain. You will move from a passive state to an active one. Do this consistently, and you will no longer see yourself as just a consumer. You will begin to see the creator within. We have covered the core strategies of the wealthy. Build scalable income, use leverage, focus on ownership, take calculated risks, and above all, invest in your financial intelligence. These are the tools. But tools are useless unless you pick them up and use them. The most important takeaway from this entire essay is not a strategy but a decision. It is the decision to start. The journey to financial freedom does not begin when you have $1 million in the bank. It begins the moment you change your mindset and take your first action. It starts today, right now. The goal is not a number. Chasing a specific number like $1 million is a trap. Why? Because it's an empty target. What will you do when you get there? True wealth, true freedom, is not about hitting a financial milestone. It is about building a life where you have the power of choice. It's about designing a life that you are excited to wake up to every single morning. What does that life look like for you? Is it traveling the world? Is it spending more time with your kids? Is it starting a foundation to help others? Get clear on your why. Your reason for wanting freedom is the fuel that will get you through the tough times. Your first step is not to quit your job and risk everything. Your first step is to choose one idea from this video and apply it. Just one. Will you build a small, scalable income stream on the side? Will you read a book on personal finance for 30 minutes a day? Will you identify one small, calculated risk you can take this month? The size of the action does not matter. The momentum is. A single small step taken consistently will lead you to a destination you can barely imagine today. But you must take that step. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So I ask you now, what will you do? What is the one action you will take in the next 24 hours to move from where you are to where you want to be? Write it down. Tell someone. Commit to it. The path to the top 1% is not a secret club with a velvet rope. It is a path of discipline. It is a path of education. It is a path of creation. It is a path that is open to anyone with the courage to walk it. Your past does not define you. Your circumstances do not define you. Your decisions define you. Decide now to be a creator. Decide now to build your freedom. Your new life is waiting for you to build it. Begin.